Thanks for joining, guys. I'm very unprofessional, very unprofessional. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but trying to fit or something. What, you can't see me? Yo, what's up? Bug says, yo, Raven fans 87, shrink to fit or something. Yeah, I'm trying to shrink, bro. It's hard to shrink. You lost weight? I've been trying, but you know what? I'm not using any medications, no Ozempics. See, I actually went out of the order to I'm like sort of it. Okay, I went out of the order to draft him. Usually, you always get a good quarterback because there's like so many teams and you only need one quarterback. So all my friends are picking wide receivers and running backs. And like a dumbass, I'm like, gotta get Lamar. I went and picked him up. And then what? Keeps getting injured. You coming to New Jersey soon? Yes, I am actually in New Jersey, bro. 28th, I'm in New York. I'm doing Broadway Comedy Club. We have Bros School Show, January 28th. I got like really good lineup, including myself. I got Gerard Benford on the lineup, Dante Nero, Eva Evans, and then you got Pete Lee and Ryan Reeves. Dude, this is like a badass. I get in trouble for having a lineup like this in the city. I'm like, yo, you're getting all the talent in the same place. And I'm like surprised. There's like no tickets sold, like zero tickets. Like, what's wrong? Zero tickets, dude. January 28th. That's a Wednesday night. What are you going to do on a Wednesday night? It's a hump night. You're in the city, 53rd Street, close to Broadway. And you got the best lineup in the world. Talking about the world, bro. And you're not buying tickets? Zero tickets? You're hurting my feelings. Okay, there, rant over. Any chance you will make it to Australia? Bro, I want to make it to Australia. I want to go all over the world and tell my comedy and bring a perspective from an Indian guy, my perspective to the world. I don't know why. It's like I gotta build it though. I mean, I can't say I don't know why. I gotta build it, but I will be there. I'll get there. That is a strong lineup, bro. This is badass. Like I pull all my strengths. Like I want to do this show like every month. But like in the beginning, I want to have the um, what do you call have the hype. So I asked everybody. I begged, stole, and whatever I could to get these guys on my lineup. Actually, I'm going to like whatever I make, I'm going to split it, and I'm just going to give everyone equal parts because, bro, those guys doing my show. I'm happy, and it's going to be a badass show, guys. January 28th, 2026. I got this new beer. You guys like this? I'm not running any ads. This is not an ad. I just found this in my local beer place. It's made local, like Cape May, which is like local enough. It's a Belgian style ale. And I like Stella, but the problem is like drinking with Belgian ales. It's like the shit they do in Congo. I'm like, I don't want to drink their beer. But then I like the taste of it. So, but now when I see it's made in New Jersey, you see that? New Jersey proud. Can you see that? New Jersey proud. So I'm like, yo, they're making Belgian beer right here in New Jersey. Like, what more do you want from New Jersey, people? We even got Belgian beer made right here. So I bought it. My wife is like, are you going to drink? I thought you were going to stop drinking. Like, beer is not a drink. It's 90, okay, 90, how much, what percent? Okay, it's 12%. Damn. No, no, that's 12 ounce. What percentage of it is alcohol? It's pretty good. It will swallow you whole. No, I will swallow you whole. 8.6% alcohol. Okay, that's what 90. Help me with the math. Eight. Okay, 91.4% water. Come to Dearborn. Yeah, I want to come to Dearborn, bro. I want to do a Midwest tour because Abdullah said come to Dearborn, Michigan. I want to do a Midwest tour because that's really where I'm from. And went to Ohio State. I want to go to Ohio, Cincinnati, Kentucky, Louisiana. Yeah, that's Louisiana, Kentucky. Cleveland. I want to go to what is the place? Man, Toledo, almost Michigan. I want to come to Michigan, Dearborn. Yeah, I'm going to tour. I'm going to do a Midwest tour soon. Yeah, Raven says, yeah, you don't go QB in round one. Bro, that is so true. I know that true. I'm not a dumbass. Like, I'm actually not bad at picking my fantasy players. But, like, you get that itch, like, yo, what if someone is going to pick him up and I really want to have him in my team? And this year, I really thought it's going to be Lamar's year. So I picked him up, and dude, like every time I'm like, I win 2 games and then he gets injured. Then I have to pick up some some other quarterback. Bakwas is the word in Hindi, and then he would like just uh, yeah, I would end up losing. I literally lost this year was bad for my fantasy, 2025, but 2026 is going to be different. I promise. I know it's going to be different. Yeah, let's see what other asked me. Uh, Reddy BDR says, Happy Pongal, Ba. Happy Pongal to you too, Ba. So, Pongal is actually English food. I don't know. It's just to make it easy for English people. We say Pongal. But today is Sankrathi. This is a 3-day festival. This is our harvest festival in India, and people are usually really happy, especially in Andhra. Dude, this is when like people, all the farmers, it's a farming festival, harvest festival. So you get money from selling your crop. So people got money. They're ready to bet. They're ready to watch movies. So this is like the biggest movie festival, movie day in Andhra every year. You'll get the biggest actors make their movies. Like this year, we have like 4 of them. Unfortunately, I heard one of them, Raja Saab, is doing bad. I wish it would do better. And there's like Chiranjeevi movie is out. That's right. I'm excited about that. I'm going to watch it. I didn't get a chance. I'm going to watch that. And then there is what is that guy's name? Man, help me out here. What other movie? Raja Garipelli. Raja Garipelli, something like that. That is a Telugu movie that's out. Raja Garipelli, something like that. Yeah, I'm excited to watch movies. Today is the second day of the festival. Like first day is where like bogi. This is where you clean up your house. You bring out all your old stuff. You set up a bonfire at 4 a.m. in the morning. That's called bogi. You literally like burn up all your old shit that you don't want anything. So it became a tradition now. Like everybody has a bonfire in front of their house at 4 a.m. And when I was a kid, like Diwali and Bogi are my favorite. Diwali, like you light up firecrackers, and Bogi you do bonfire, bro. I'd be like, I can't even sleep the night before. I would just like stay awake till 4 a.m. and then I would sleep all day, the Bogi day, and all my parents and our relatives would be like, "What's wrong with you? You're sleeping on a festival?" And I'd be like, "I've been up all night, so excited for the Bogi," and then I got tired after that, and I would sleep. And then Sankranti is the middle part. This is where you got to do puja and everything, the boring part. I mean, don't no offense to anyone. It's just praying to God is kind of boring. I hope God don't mind. God don't mind. I don't think He cares. Like He's like, oh, sit there and pray for me every day, or else I won't. No, I don't think that's how it works. So I'm fine, but my point is, it is kind of boring. That is today. You got to wake up early, take a head bath, and then you got to sit in front of God and pray, and then you get to eat good food. But then, like my parents and my grandma would be like, "Stay home, don't go anywhere today. Today is festival, so you got to sit there at home all day, like a good boy." But like tomorrow is Kanuma, and this is when things get like end of the day, like today Sankranti, we start going to movies. Like first show we go to a movie. Tomorrow I would watch at least 2 movies if I was in India. And then a lot of places in like Godavari and that area where they have more money, because where I come from, it's more like a very dry area, so crops don't do as well. But in the Godavari area, where there's the river Godavari at the basin, they really mint money because they get good yield. So they got money, so they would be like betting. They would be like you guys know cockfights. I don't mean like two people with dicks fighting. That's not what I meant. Cock is another word for a what do you call chicken, male chicken, and they would like have them fight with each other, and they would like raise these things all year long, like feed them the best food, literally like take food away from their kids' mouth and feed it to their cock. Cheers, guys. But yeah, feed it to their cock so it's ready to fight. And then this tomorrow they would start fighting. They're probably already fighting for last 2 days because they can't wait. But tomorrow is the official day. Who's our dead cock would become chicken. The winning cock would be like, I think even then, if it's like really injured, they would still kill it and eat it. But if it's not injured, I think they would like keep it and get it ready for next year. I don't know how it works, the details. But the point is, tomorrow you eat chicken. You watch these cockfights. You bet on them. and you lose money, and then you watch movies. Tomorrow is a fun day, karma. But in America, we don't get that, but we do the best by watching as many movies as we can. But this year, my wife wouldn't let me do the AMC pass. My wife is like, we don't watch it. You are wasting money. You just buy it and then you never go. And this year I want to go, but I have to convince her because the problem with that is I want to take my kids with me, but they won't give kids that monthly pass. So every time I got to buy them ticket, and I was like, man, I might as well just stay home and watch something on Netflix with them. Yeah, it's kind of there got to be like a family plan, like AMC family plan, like maybe like I don't know, how do you price it? I should ask my pricing teacher, Mr. Peterson. Peterson from Ohio State. I would say like 39.99 family pack. You can bring your family. You can bring your family, and you can. Yeah, I think I would like that. A family pack, AMC, monthly. That would be nice. Then I could take my kids and watch movies. There's watching movies on 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 screen is so much better than watching it at home. I don't care what you say. You can argue with me on that. But I want to take my kids and family. It's not fun going alone. Are you coming to NJ soon, Winnie? Yeah, I am in NJ, bro. I'm going to get some more shows. Let's see, where am I? That is a strong. Come to Dearborn. I will come to Dearborn. Man, I'm like so up here. Recommend Sharktop or Hogarden beers. I like Hogarden and Sharktop, but they both are not like Sharktop is local, right? I don't know, bro. This is not bad. Devil's Reach. It's kind of scary though. Like when they put like the skull or devil or something, it's like, am I gonna die? I mean, as it is, they say like don't drink alcohol, you're gonna die. And then now you got like, okay, that's not in frame. Okay, this is in frame. Look at that. Cape May, Devil's Reach. See that? Yeah, he suggested Hogarden or Shark Top. I like them too. Let's see what who you got in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, I am rooting for Bears this year. Are they already done? I hope they're not already done. I saw them the other day. Do you have a date for Boston? No, bro. Oliver Brader said, "Do you have a date for Boston?" No, I'm working on one. Kari Shruti says, "Do you perform in Canada?" Yes, I'm working on a tour to Canada. I'm going to get those dates out soon. Ottawa, Vancouver, or yeah, I'll put those dates out soon. Toronto, and Ottawa, definitely. I'm gonna get those dates out there. The tech farmer. Hey, we have rooster fights. You have Curry Shruti says, hey, we have rooster fights. Rooster fights in we have rooster fights in yeah, in Canada. You have those? Yeah, I'm not a big supporter of rooster fights. I mean, but then I used to be like, man, like it sucks. They like you're killing them, and then I'll be like thinking that while eating chicken or something, and I'm like, you know what? What's the difference? At least they're fighting and for their life. Here, you're just like hitting them from without it knowing. Like, I mean, the way they treat chicken is horrible. Good thing they got a small brain, so I'm hoping they don't feel anything. They like hang them upside down and travel with them. Like, have you ever done that to anybody? Hang them upside down? It's weird, like the way they do it. At least like these chicken, the rooster they're using for bedding, they are at least like feeding them all year long. They're taking care of them, and at the end, they are fighting for their life. And when you die fighting, you go to the heaven of heroes. Yeah, that's the heaven. Like there are different kinds of heavens. It's not just like one heaven according to Hindus. Like if you die in a fighting in a war, you go to the heroes heaven. And then if you die doing something else, praying, you go to the praying people's heaven. So in the praying people's heaven, I guess they will do bhajans. And then in heroes heaven, I don't know what they do. Maybe they practice fighting arts. I don't know, but so the chicken would go to the hero's heaven, and we get to eat like good chicken that's like worked out all year long for the fight, so it's got muscles, not just fat. Yo, rooster fighting fights with betting. Yep, that's right. Today we do donations to people. It is said that donation and help done today provides unending returns in life and afterlife. Pahadism says it only makes sense. You got your reel today, you sold your crop, you got money. Whatever you do now, you get this is the day to do it. So if you want to do, if you donate, that's one way of getting people to donate for the poor, because when you say if you donate today, you will get unending returns in life and afterlife. So that means like it's like kind of like next year too. I want to get good money. So it makes sense. It totally makes sense. I would do that too. I would give, whatever percentage, and I would donate today. Yeah, that makes sense. We organize the best in our village, Velanka, about 40 kilometers from Kakinada. Bro, that sounds good. Next year, if I can go during this time, I would go to India this time of the year. Yeah, I think I'll tour India around this time of the year, December, January. But I hate traveling this week though, because everybody would be, especially trying to go to Hyderabad, to my hometown. I remember, like, my wife, I think that was Diwali time though. I was like, we were like, let's go travel somewhere. And then my wife is like, no, it was her birthday. So I wanted to take her somewhere. But then she suddenly is like, I feel like spending it with my parents. And it's like, and she said it the night before. And I was like, okay, tomorrow morning we'll figure it out and we'll go. But I couldn't get any tickets, no trains, no buses. So the only option I had was, at least I was lucky because I found a plane ticket to fly us to Chennai, and then I could get a train from Chennai to Nellore. So I did that. It was raining. It was painful, but she was happy, and she got to spend her birthday with her parents. So I'm happy about that. So we organized the best in our village, Velanka, about 40 kilometers. Oh yeah, I want to definitely next year. I'm going to be in India. The tech farmer during Bogi, dried cow dung cakes are used to keep the fire burning. Yeah, those are dried cow dung cakes. I mean, I don't want to use cakes and dried cow dung in the same sentence, but that's why, like, cows are so important for Indians. Like, nobody gets it. Like, it's a farming country, and cows don't eat the food you eat. They're not competing for your food resources. And you can use the cows and ox to travel around. You can use them to till your land. And when the cow dung falls on the ground, like, they would dry it. They would like plaster it to wall or something, so it would dry, and then those that dried cow dung cakes, if that's the word you want to use, is used for cook because cows eat grass, and they have four chambers in their stomach. So apparently cow shit is not as gross as dog shit or human shit, because they don't have bile juices, which makes it worse. If you're eating, you can mute this part. And people that would literally walk behind the dogs, picking up dog shit with bare hands. Oh yeah, you put a cow on it. Turn around and make fun of people for having a symbiotic relation with cows. That's called hypocrisy. Or it's just, like, you don't know the holes you have, but you make fun of other people. So yes, dried cow dung cakes. I don't like the word cakes. I wish I would come up with a different word. Is used as a cooking fuel to keep the fire burning. No, not for the bogie. You don't use cow dung cakes, bro. The tech farmer is wrong on that. Bogie, you use like old wooden furniture, old wooden stuff you got. We used to go, like, me and my friends, we used to go into the bushes and get some, like, dried, like, what do you call, sticks. We just pick up sticks and bring it and make a pile ready for the bogie. So you put a lot of stuff in there. Tech farmer says called pedicolo. Pedicolo is used for cooking, but not for bogie. I haven't seen that. Bogie, you use like old furniture or like wooden sticks. Bugs, hell yeah, I'll try to find it. I miss a track, bro. What are you going to find it? All the new son-in-laws are at their in-laws. Yes. Oh yeah, this is also the festival where all the son-in-laws go to their in-laws, like, their wife's parents' place. And usually, like, when you go to the parents of your spouse, you should be treated well. So, it's kind of fun. Like, the whole village, all the girls are home and their husbands are home, and everybody's treating the husbands with, like, a lot of respect because they're the visitors. You always treat your visitor. You give them more preference, right? So all these, like son-in-laws are enjoying in their towns. Man, I want to go to India next. Can't wait. Let's see. Not in Canada, in India. Shruti says not in Canada, in India. Yeah, yeah, in India, I love it. That was my favorite festivals, Bogi and Diwali. The roosters are treated better than their own children at times. Tech farmer said that. That's true. That's what literally what I was saying earlier. I mean, literally, they would like get like the best like nuts and stuff like that for the chicken, and for the kids, they're like, go study. If you study hard and you grow up to be and make a lot of money, you can eat better. But the chicken, like, you do eat your almonds, baby? That's how it is. Oh yeah, Shruti says we fly kites also. That's another one. Like kites. This today, yeah. This is a lot of fun. 3 days. Like you do bogey is when you do fly kites. I think. No, Kanuma. The third day you do kites. Man, I forgot. They even take them swimming to improve stamina. That's right. They take those roosters. I guess rooster is a better word than cock. Okay, they take their pet roosters swimming to get them strong, to ready to fight for this festival. Sankrathi, guys. The tech farmer, bro. Are you a farmer from a farming family, or are you a tech farmer? Like once you're here, now you're like farming. What do you call those coins, bitcoins? Are you like a Bitcoin farmer? I donate to Mango Lassi Foundations. Chase. Yo, what's up, Chase? Good to see you, bro. Yeah, you should, bro. As you should. Chase donates to Mango Lassi Foundations. You got it, bro. That's how you gotta do it. Mango lassi. I like it too. I make the best mango lassi. My wife makes fun of it because it's not that hard to make, but it's still like, it's not about how many ingredients in making a thing, how you equalize the taste. Like I make it, I don't even put sugar in it, but I still make it taste good because the amount of milk and the amount of mango pulp you mix, there is a design for that. There is a art for that. There is a science to it. Yeah, and I know the science. Like I don't know the numbers, but I just know I can eyeball and do it. That's how my mom cooks too. My mom is a great cook, but she eyeballs her ingredients. My wife would be like, I don't know how your mom makes it. Like she just eyeballs and puts ingredients. I'm like, that's how the real artists do. I'll host you if you come around Sankranti. Definitely, bro. I know Kakinada, that area, that's the Godavari area, right? I want to go. My grandfather used to talk about Kakinada all the time. I don't know what was the context, but I remember when I was a kid, I used to hear that word a lot, Kakinada. That's the place Tech Farmer is from. Um, Hockey Girl, Hockey Girl 95. Are you going to come to DC area? Yes, I am working on my dates. I really want to. I saw you in Atlantic City with Russell Peters, but would love to see you again. Hockey Girl 95. Yes, I really want to come to Atlanta, to Virginia, and I want to come to Maryland. I'm working on those dates. I'll get them out soon. Space Monkey says Russell Peters is doing India tour. Yeah, I know, but I think he's taking Nitin is going with him. Bro, you guys gotta check him out. He's one of the funniest dudes. He's also Canadian. I wish I could, but the thing is like as I said earlier, man, Russell Peters, like he helps out so many comedians, and he already helped me out by letting me open for him. Now it's on me to take my tour. So I don't want to be that leechy guy who always like, oh, take me, please take me, take me, take me, take me on the tour. No, I'm not that kind of a guy. So I never ask him, but like whenever he's around, Russell like will be like, hey, you want to do it? And I'll go. And sometimes when he's around and I got no shows, I'll go hang out and he gives me time. So what more do I want? I literally went to like Naples. I wasn't on the lineup. Like Angelo is opening for Russell. I just went there. Dennis, shout out to Angelo and Dennis, and shout out to Russell Peters. I want to say Waters. Dennis, he's the GM at Off the Hook. Man, I'm sorry, bro. I know your last name, but I should know your last name. Dennis. I'm gonna look for it. Dennis Waters. Yeah, I'm right. So Dennis was there. He did. Russell gave him time, and then Yoshi was there. He did time. I did time too, and bro, I had so much fun. I was there all weekend in Naples. I saw my boy Tony. Tony the boss was there. Um, yeah, it was a fun weekend. Off the Hook Comedy Club, guys, Naples. And I think this week Russell Peters is in Tampa, Florida. I'm not going to be there, but Russell Peters, bro, go check it out. Best at Sankrathi and treat you to the best. I would love to see you again. Thank you. I will come. I will definitely come, Hockey Girl 95. I live in India. Cows are nasty. Karan Shetty says. Karan Shetty says that's nasty, bro. I live in India. Cows are nasty. Frankly, bro, cows are not nasty. People are nasty. Any day of the time. I'm going to die on that hill. Cows are not nasty. They're actually pretty cool. There's the people. They even know the traffic rules, bro. I'm driving around. I never hit a cow. Never, ever hit a cow. I ran into dudes with my bicycle. One time I was riding my bicycle so, like I was like, I had to go so fast. I wasn't even sitting on my seat. I was like in the air, like just like pedaling, and my head was down. I was just going so fast. And this dude, like he has like no regard for traffic, and he just walks straight through the traffic, and he puts his foot, like I hit him right on his like calf, like a little side, like side of his leg. Just I could see my like a leg popped in front of my tire, and my tire hit his leg, and nothing happened to that dude, but my bike just flipped and fell down, and I went over his head and fell on the ground. Man, I people are nasty. Cows are fine. I like cows. There, another rant. Karan Shetty. Namaste. Namaste, bro. Bro VM. Nice to see you, bro. Thanks for joining. Karan Shetty. Come on, bro. Don't justify use of animal waste. I think you're just being funny, bro. Karan, trying to instigate me. Come on, bro. Don't justify use of animal waste. I would rather use animal waste than other shit that like global causing global warming. Yeah, that's more like bio, right? Bio product. Yeah, anyways, the tech farmer, along with the old wooden stuff you had, yes. Bogey is so much fun. Like, sometimes for me, my life, I can tell you, like anytime I wait for something, God makes me wait longer. I don't know why. Like anything I really want something, it always feels like it's so far away. Like I loved, like I remember like not sleeping all night, just waiting for it to be day, like 4 a.m. so I could start the bonfire. And then I remember like when I was in Nellore, like I was in this boarding school, and I hated it, and I couldn't wait to go back home. And there was like 3 more months for the holidays, and then suddenly we were out of water. They ran out of water. The pipe connection, something happened. The entire boarding school was out of water. So they said like tomorrow we're going to send everybody home. That night I couldn't sleep. I just like stayed up all night, just dreaming like, dude, tomorrow morning I'm going to go home and I'm going to be at my parents' house by end of the day. That was all I was thinking, right? The next day comes, everybody's parents will coming, but not my parents. And then there is like by end of the day, like three-fourths of the students are gone. So I went to my principal. I was like, "What happened?" And he's like, "Oh shoot, we never send message to your parents because my dad is working in this small village, and there's only two students from there. My dad is a doctor. He's always in these remote areas, and they didn't send. There are no telephones there at the time in that area, so they had to send someone. So they're like, "Oh shit, we didn't send anyone. I'll send someone first thing tomorrow." And I was like, holy crap, you gotta go tell someone and then they gotta come. And I was like, man, it's gonna be like another day or two before I could be home. And then the next day, my friend's parents come and they're kind of close to where my parents live. So they were like, Vishnu, you can go with us. But the problem was like I have another friend named Idris. He's from the same town and he's in second grade. I was in fourth grade. And at that point, it was just like three of us left. If I go, it would just be Idris and this other dude. And I don't know that we don't know him that well. And also the warden is like an asshole. Like so and I think Idris was had a fever too. I don't remember either he had a fever or I had a fever. So I was like, no, I don't want to leave him and go. So my friend's parents left, and it was just me, Idris, and this other dude, and our warden. But he was nice though. The warden usually is like mean as fuck, but that day he was pretty nice. And the next day afternoon, Idris' uncle came, and then we gotta go home. Like always, when you're waiting for something to happen, it's like it feels like forever. But then when you go there, I always get better than what I expected, because like when I went to the school, our town, there is a big lake near our town that didn't have water because there's a dam that stopped the water. So our town didn't really. There is a lot of canals in our town which we could swim in, but the water wasn't there. But when I came back, there was water like everywhere, and I spent the rest of like I didn't have to go back to school the rest of the year. My parents just put me in some tuition nearby, and I just go to the tuition, and then after that, I go and like swim all day. That was the best year. Okay, so let me get back. Yes, I was growing rice, sugarcane, and banana. Oh, where in India? Wow, that's cool, bro. Tech farmer. These days, I run a home automation consulting company in Hyderabad called the Tech Farm. Pretty cool, bro. It's the future, man. Home automation, AI. It's pretty cool. You gotta, you gotta make everything AI. You just have to ask it, and it will do it for you. Thank you for joining, Post Fam. Thank you for joining. The tech farmer. I did time too for a day due to DUI infraction. Time where no one wants to do time. Oh, you went to jail in India? You couldn't pay off? Bro, I know I have no okay, the tech farmer. I have no sympathy for people that get DUI in India. You can literally hire a driver. It's not that expensive. And there are taxis everywhere. You can literally take an auto. Why do you gotta drive your car when you know you're going to drink and when you know they're going to get you? Because they have checkposts. They're not like here. I mean, you shouldn't be drink driving anywhere, but like here is if you're driving erratically, they will stop you. But there, they just have a checkpost, stop everyone and make them take the test. So I don't know. Why would you do that? Oh, so okay, the tech farmer, he went to jail in India just because he wanted to check it off his bucket list. Okay, in that case, I understand. Karan Shetty, bro, cows be having sex in the middle of the main streets of Bangalore city was 2 hours late for class. Bro, they were doing it for 2 hours? Just sat there and watched them? That's kind of crazy, man. I don't know. I wouldn't sit there and watch them for 2 hours. But having sex in the street, bro, if they want to do it, it's not your problem. Like that's the thing. Like we're always trying to tell people how they should live their life. I would say if two people want to do it in the middle of the street, more power to them. You don't like it, don't look at them. I'm not going to count that against the cows, bro. I'm still supporting the cows. Current shitty, bro. It's because of you talking like you have so much knowledge of cows. We have people in India drinking cow urine, and people like Baba Ramdev can bottle animal waste and sell it in stores. Bro, if people want to drink it, it's more power to them. I don't do it. I don't know anybody that does it, and I don't even think that they don't drink it. They put like sprinkle it in like some medical stuff because cows have antibodies for some of the diseases that we could get, and they make medicines with that. But nobody is drinking, bro, unless it's something you do. I don't know anybody who's drinking cow urine in India, bro. I mean, if they're doing it, like, and if that's what they like, more power to them. Like, what's the difference between a beer and a cow urine? They probably both taste the same. I mean, people drink coffee made out of poop and they pay like top dollar for it. There's literally coffee beans picked out of a bird poop and made coffee out of. And you got a problem with people using cow dung to cook their as a cooking fuel. And drinking urine thing, bro, I don't think it's like that big of a deal. I don't know if anybody doing it, but if somebody is doing it and if it's working for them, more power for them. I don't know what they're putting in our medicines anyways. Like the stuff we take, all these enzymes and peptides, we don't know where they're pulling them from. There is a medication where like they would take gut bacteria, like literally shit from one person and put it in another person's butt because they want this like whatever the organisms in this guy's butt to go into that person's butt. That's a medical thing. So you still haven't like got me, bro, Karan. So the tech farmer says, I don't even drink that. That evening, a friend insisted that I have a little for my sore throat. I get it, but I'm sorry, bro. You had to go to jail for that. You should have made your friend go to jail for that. So it wasn't an irresponsible drinking binge. I understand, bro. I'm not blaming you. I mean, people, yeah, I'm just being funny. Nothing against you, bro. I'm sorry you had to go to jail in India. I bet it sucked. The homie cash, 30 makes the world go around. True, bro. Karan Shetty says poop coffee is ridiculous as well. Yeah, and people pay like hundreds of dollars. The tech farmer, the blood alcohol limit is, I think, is 36, that is crazy low, bro. That's like what, half a beer? Karan Shetty says fecal transplant is nastier than cow. I'll give you that. Bro, not for the guy that's getting it. He probably needs it. Nobody is getting fecal transplant out of like, oh, it sounds so much fun. Probably needs it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's easy to sit and judge without walking other people's shoes. Damn, I'm a good philosopher, bro. Brandon laughs last. Wish, what's up, Brandon? What's up, bro? Let's see. What else? Who else is there? The tech farmer. After the fights, adios. Oh, yeah, it's a morning time for you guys, right? Bro, have fun. Where are you right now? Are you in Kakinada? Like, you gave me the name of the town. What was that? Brandon says, good to see you live. Bro, thank you for joining my live. Appreciate it, bro. Suhas Chowdhury joined. Thanks for joining, guys. Thank you, Brandon. Thanks for joining my live, bro. the tech farmer. It's a small village where we have our farm. I really think it's like in India. My grandfather had a farm in a small village, and he sold it to make my dad a doctor so he could come to America. And now I'm like, man, I wish we just had that farm. I would totally live in that farm, making TikTok reels. Okay, since I'm in Instagram, I'd be making Instagram reels from my farm. Be so much fun, no traffic. I grow my own food. I literally don't have to go anywhere, and it'd be like, oh man, miss that. If you are interested, I can join you live. Bro, go do your festival thing. We'll do it another time. I'm going to go and do another live on TikTok. But yeah, you can join there. But bro, it's Kanuma. Have fun. I'll be doing live again. Don't waste your time with me. Like, join my live when you are bored. Right now, it's festival. Like, go have fun. Go bet. Make some money. Do you know any roasters you're going to bet on? Current city, bro. You need to visit India. I'm going to show you the chaos, the cows, cars on the streets of our city. Bro, I was in India, bro. I grew up. I was literally there like 3 months back. I was watching. I did my tour. And the reason there are so many cows in India is because when a when a when a owner dies, I think they let the cows free, and they would have back in the day. I think they would have been better off. But as people were oppressed and people didn't have money, they can barely feed their own animals. So a lot of people are not willing to take up because the thing is we don't eat beef, and since they you grow up with them, you kind of want to feed them till they're like well into their old age and they die on their natural death. So people would have these like old cows that can't really do much. They're not useful, but they can't get rid of them. So a lot of times when an owner dies, their cows are old and literally someone has to take care of them, and the rest of the people don't have money to take care of them. So they would just let them go. That's how there are so many cows walking around in India because people are poor. Back in the day when people weren't poor, people could actually like before British, people could actually, have their own farms because what happened was before British, people had a little land. Everybody had some land. But during the British, they wanted to grow these cash crops, though, so they forced people to give up land so they could consolidate under one person they like. So that's why right now the new caste, the powerful caste in India are the feudal caste, and the people would have like the entire village would have like 0 acres, and there would be one guy with like 1,000 acres. And after the independence in 1947, they made laws in India to saying that people can't have one person cannot have more than 100 acres, and rest would be like taken back to by the government and distributed to the people. But even then, people would be like, I would have 100 acres, and my wife would have 100 acres. My kids would like they would like divvy it up among themselves. I mean, the law had holes. So even now, you're literally Indian politicians are all these feudal lords that came into power that made a lot of money during British time, and they're still like kind of India is slowly getting out of their grip. Those are the people. So rest of the people don't have resources, and that's the reason cows are around. You Karen, if you really want to end the cow problem on the roads, bro, figure out a way, some way to get people to have better life so they could afford to take care of the cows. Bangalore was poised to be Silicon Valley of Asia, but we have cow dung across the city instead of human poop. That's a story everywhere. Don't step on cow dung. What do you want me to tell you? Brandon says Seinfeld has a rooster fighting episode. That's funny. Oh yeah, bro. I saw that one. The tech farmer. They donate a cow and a calf when someone dies so the loved ones can go to heaven. I didn't know that. So when someone dies, they donate a cow and a calf. Calf. That's pretty nice. Amen. No pasture land for these farmers, so cows eat everything on the roadsides. That's true. I feel bad, like, like, I mean, the thing is, how do you, I want, everybody want to make India better, but it's a country that's been oppressed for literally 800 years. People are poor. The British did a number on India. So, yeah, I mean, people get better. You can see India getting cleaner. Like, I remember in 92 till now, it's like, wow, big difference. And people are more civic sense now because it's like when everything sucks, you don't give a fuck. Like you're like, I'm just drop shit around and walk around. I don't care. But when you have something to live for, that's when you are kind of like, that's what I'm looking forward for India. I'm excited for the future. Then a cow and a calf. If we have so much excess cows, we should be allowed to eat cows. I can do this gladly. Bro, Karan, if this is all about you wanting to eat, I don't think anybody is stopping you because you go Kerala and all, they all eat beef. I mean, this whole thing that you're not allowed to eat cow is not really enforced. But at the same time, you can't force other people to eat cows. Like you can't force someone to eat a dog because dogs are pets. Like I grew up in a household where I saw a calf be born. I saw a cow, a ox, and a calf, and I grew up like I see them growing up. I saw a calf grow, and you drink milk from the cows. That they literally become part of your family. So saying like people should eat cows, that's like telling people to eat dogs. You know certain things people can't do, bro. It's you know you don't you never have the guts to go tell a Muslim guy there are a lot of pigs around, you should eat some pigs. He'll do halal on you. But you do that to a Hindu guy because Hindus are docile. I think we should be like that too. Like, don't do that to us. But at the same time, it's like I don't hate on people that eat cows. It's like they like it, they eat it. But don't tell people to eat it that are thinking of them as pets. That's kind of like mean. Brandon says it would be the double cheeseburger capital of the world. Yeah. In fact, like I think even a lot of people don't know this, but like buffaloes, I don't even think in South India we have as many cows. We have more water buffaloes. And a lot of times, poor farmers, they sell their buffaloes. They know they're going to be taken to the slaughterhouse, but they'll be like crying and they just can't afford. And they would sell them, the old ones. I would see like trucks of them like going, and I'd be like, you all know where they're going. Because India is one of the biggest leather industry in the world for that reason. We have so many cows, and regardless if you like to kill them or not, eventually they die and you have leather. Bro, Bangalore city, like the one we live in now, didn't exist before the British. Yeah, so what's your point, bro? We didn't need cities at the time. Back then, everybody had land. Like, look at how miserable people are living in Bangalore. They're living there because they can work or they can get a job and stuff, but the traffic sucks. You got cows everywhere, cow dung everywhere. That kind of shit didn't happen in villages because as soon as the cow herd goes, there's like a bunch of like people that would like pick up the dung right behind them because they're using that to make like cow dung cakes that they use for cooking oil. So they would be like people with a basket. They would come and scoop up the cow dung, and then they would put it on a paper and throw it against a wall, and then they go off. And then in the evening they would come back with the same basket, and they would collect all this dried cow dung and take it home and use it for cooking oil. So the streets are clean in villages, and now you go to a city where people are not cleaning up after the cows because it's a city. Everybody want to work in an IT job. Nobody is using the. Everybody got like using natural gas. Nobody want to use the old methods. See the old methods, the way they used to do for hundreds of years, they survived for a reason. Like yeah, the luxury is better, but for a long term living, I think the old way people used to live is more like what do you call, like again going back to it's like a symbiotic relation with the land. No, 7, that's the ceiling. Oh yeah, land ceiling act. Yep. Yeah, that was the land ceiling act when British left. In India they made a rule like people can't have more than one person cannot have more than 100 acres. But then like people who used like holes in the law to get away from it. The tech farmer, more than 18 acres wet and 28 acres dry. Land Ceiling Act. That is PV Narasimha Rao is my favorite Indian Prime Minister ever. Until PV Narasimha Rao came, I don't even think India was a free country. Even though in terms of like in the world eyes, India got freedom in 1947, but India really became free in 1991 when PV Narasimha Rao came to power and opened India markets to the world. Until then, everything we buy is literally either made in like only 2 or 3 companies are allowed, and of those, like you got British companies. Everything we buy is made by British companies because we're only allowed to buy it from them. So British companies like Unilever were selling like absolute crap. And like back then, we would like anybody comes from a different country, you'd be like, get me something from there because the quality is better there because everything we get here is made by crappy British And until like PV Narasimha Rao came into power and opened the markets, that's when India, like literally today's India, the way India is growing, I kind of missed it because that's when like 92, 93 is when we moved to America. Uh, Like every time I go to India, I get surprised. I was like, wow, like in some aspects, like they're more like tech savvy than here because everybody is like younger and they're learning stuff. Yeah, Prima Narasimha Rao, he cut down. I think when the independence, India got independence, the Land Sealing Act was 100 acres. But then tech farmers else with PV Narasimha Rao, they changed it to 28 acres dry land and 18 acres wetland. So I think the difference, wetland means something that has access to water. So there are certain crops like rice, you need a lot of water, and then you have dry. Also, the food habits change. Like you should, if you see Indians now, back in the day in my village, people don't eat rice. Like my mom would tell me when she was younger, she would get excited when some relatives come because they would actually make some rice. But when they're not there, they would like for day to day, they would use like whole grains to make food. She would say like ragalu, sajalu. I don't know what they're called in English, but those is like strong. So even though people didn't eat meat, they were strong and they could do work. But because of rice, it's like literally like eating sugar. People like India has like highest number of diabetes and everything. And that transition happened during British because British wanted rice. They were because once you grow wheat, they would be processing it and they would selling back rice. So the kind of lot of things they did, like I don't just like hate on British because I want to hate on them. Like I know people are nice. It's just the British government when they ruled India, they're nasty, like really nasty. And their excuse is these people are savages and we are like superior to them, so we can do anything to them. So the tech farmer, I mean, not more than 28. I like 28 and 18. That's a. I think that's more reasonable because even if four people in the house would have every like they'd still not go over 100 acres. I think we can stop blaming the British. It's been, bro, 78 years is very short time. And the thing is, Karan, what you don't know is British, even though they left in 1947, they didn't really leave until 1990. Now, a lot of people like British apologists, British ruled India for 250 years and they made sure India was just producing stuff for them. There was nothing for Indian people. Like they didn't give a shit about Indian people. There are like famines, millions of people. Nobody talks about it. Indians won both World War One and World War Two for allies. They don't give us credit. Like you think British people had that many soldiers to send to Africa and Europe and everywhere? No, they were all Indians. Have you watched Dunkirk? You watch the movie, it's all white people, but it's really all Indians. And the one thing about Indian soldiers was they're cheap. Like you don't have to feed them. They would literally give them like a chickpeas, dried chickpeas, and jaggery, like a bag of dried chickpeas and a jaggery, and they would go off and they would be under the radar. Like if they die, they die because British didn't care about them. And these guys would go fight and keep going until they run out of food. And once they run out of food, they would like find some closest station and get those dried chickpeas and jaggery and then back again. Whereas for the Western soldiers, they got to make them bread and they got to move kitchens with them and they got to produce meat. They got to kill animals with that. There was a whole setup when they moved like Western armies, but when they moved Indians in the army, that was one of the reasons they won. Like they don't give Indians any credit. They actually try to portray Indians as weak. Africa, Indians was fighting there. Europe, Indians are fighting. They didn't even give them like proper like jackets and stuff. They were wearing cotton jackets and bed sheets rolled up, and they would like they were taking over like they were literally like freeing France from German. Nobody gives us credit, bro, and we fought so many wars for them. And yeah, I blame them because India is poor now. 78 years is not that long. They were a lot of people don't know is until 1990 we were still under. I mean, we are free for our own self, but we were really under the grip of them because we were only buying their products. We couldn't buy anything outside. We couldn't get anything from America. We couldn't get anything from anywhere else. And then once PV Narasimha Rao, Telugu, another Telugu guy, I'm telling you, Telugus save the world. So this guy, he freed India from British grip, and ever since India is growing, and I'm so happy for my people. Karan Shetty, bro, British literally built the city as their army camp, and what did that do for Indian people? Karan Shetty says British literally built the city as their army camp, and then he celebrates first place in Asia to get electricity. So they built a camp and they gave it electricity, and then we're supposed to celebrate. They built an army camp for their army, and they gave it electricity, and we're supposed to celebrate that first place in the world is in India that got electricity. Bro, that's the reason British ruled us for 250 years, bro. People like you, still excusing them. Karan Shetty says Manmohan Singh, when he was finance minister, was responsible for any economic growth we saw. And who was the prime minister who went to Manmohan Singh? Manmohan Singh literally gave up Indian politics. He was like, these people suck. I can't do anything for this country. I'm going to go back to farming. This is our finance minister, Manmohan Singh. Again, genius. And P.V. Narasimha Rao goes to this guy's house when he becomes prime minister, and he has like a very razor thin majority, so he could lose his power anytime. And people were like, "Oh, if you don't support us and make us finance minister, we'll pull out our people and you'll lose power." But even then, he went to Manmohan Singh, and Manmohan Singh is like, "I don't want to do it. I don't want to be part of the politics anymore. I'm farming now. I'm peaceful." But he's like, "No, you got to come," and he brought him back. He made him a finance minister. And like current shares, like, Manmohan Singh was responsible for any economic growth, but P.V. Narasimha Rao put him in that place. Karan Shetty, bro, even our government doesn't care about us. But your local government, if it doesn't care for you, bro, go vote. If you don't have a good candidate, go run for it. You have that option. You didn't have that option under British. When your government and the British didn't care for you, you got nothing to do. You're shit out of luck. But now, if your government don't do shit for you, you could go contest. That's the difference, bro. Chickpeas and jaggery better than Mars bars. Yeah, I mean, we liberated British. I mean, we helped allies win the war. We won the war for allies eating chickpeas and jaggery. Karan Shetty, haven't lived in India for the last 10 years. And here you are. You haven't lived in India for last 10 years and you've been shit talking, bro? Get out of here. You disappoint me, bro. I thought you're living in there and you're shit talking. I'm like, at least he's living there. The guy knows. When was the last time you've been in India, Karan Shetty? But there is no place like Bangalore in the world. Bro, it used to be the case. I don't know when you were there. When I went there recently, bro, the traffic was miserable. Even Chennai. It used to be Chennai and Bangalore are cool, and rest of the places had like no, are kind of backward. But now Hyderabad is like, wow, it's like literally like an American city. Even my town had better roads than Chennai and Bangalore. Thanks, Jim. Roasted him. Yeah, roasted Karan Shetty. Bro, moved back this year. And you're still, yeah, I think you're still in like, you don't want to go there and you're there. So that's why you're hating on India. Go spend some time there, bro. You'll like it. When I was there, I liked it. I wouldn't mind moving there. What else, bro? So you moved back this year. How is it there? You moved to Bangalore? Nah, bro, love it. Not leaving again. Why? You were complaining about cow dung earlier. Bro, you know what you should do? If you have a problem with cow dung in Bangalore, maybe you should start a company where you would build an AI robot that goes around the city, scoops up all the cow dung, and plasters it on the wall. Bro, I think we're onto something. And then sells it to people as cooking oil. The city is awesome if we fix traffic and cows. I got an idea for you. Build an AI robot to go around, pick up like cow dung everywhere and dry it and make it like cooking cow dung cooking cakes. We are onto something, bro. Man, I'm on it for a long time. Bro, if you do that, I gotta get some cut, bro. The India couple, organic cooling of the house. Can you explain that more? I think I know what you're talking about, but can you tell me more about that organic? I know one thing, Indian houses. I used to make jokes about it when I was a kid because in the old traditional houses, if you stand in front of a house and look through the main entrance, main door, and you could see all the way to the backyard. Like all the doors would be lined up. And I would be like, and all the rooms would be to the right or left of it, but the doors would line up. And I would like, when I moved here, I would be like, man, can you believe that shit? Like, it's like a tunnel. Every house has like a tunnel built in there. And I would laugh about it. And later on, I found out the reason they were doing it for a long time is when you do that, you're creating a tunnel which kind of makes when there is a tunnel, air flows through and you literally have like a cooling, natural cooling. Pave Joshi says, you not onto nothing. So, okay, Pave Joshi, you start with a double negative, bro, and you're trying to tell me I'm not onto something. When you say you not onto something, onto nothing, not onto nothing. Bro, that doesn't say anything. I am onto something, which means I'm not onto nothing. You're supporting me, bro. Thanks for the most entertaining trip to the airport. Bro, you're welcome. Where are you going? Going to Delhi? Bro, have fun. Wish your lungs, yeah, wish your lungs good luck. That's a good bit. Going to Delhi. Wish me and my lungs luck. Wish you and your lungs luck, bro. I am, I was in Delhi when I was a kid. I haven't been there. I was going to do my show in Delhi, but people told me like Delhi is more about Hindi comedy. So I just did Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. Strum. Yes, yes, yeah. Karan Shetty is proposing to his girlfriend tonight. Bro, wish you luck, but reconsider, man. Once you get married, bro, that's it. You can't look at other girls. The hunt must stop, okay? If you're ready to put your arms down and never pick them up, then get married. But if you're one of those guys that are reaching for the hunt, don't do it. Wish you luck, bro. If you're ready to give your put your arms down. Wish you luck. Indian couple says, don't do it, Karan. Bro, you are an Indian couple. How are you going to tell him not to do it? That Indian couple, that means you guys have a Instagram account together. I think right now the wife is sleeping in the Indian couple. There's a ID named the Indian couple. They're on there, and he's telling Karan to not do it. And I agree with him, but I think, bro, you're like walking on thin ice, bro. Your Instagram is also your wife's. You both have one Instagram because your name is that Indian couple. So I'm kind of worried for you. Your wife might be sleeping, but when she wakes up and she reads this anti wife material, you might get in trouble. Karan Shetty says, the hunt is over, found my home. Man, the great fall. Karan Shetty, thanks, brother. Appreciate, big fan of yours. Hope I get to see you live soon. Bro, wish you best. Wish you and your would be fiance best. I hope you guys are good to each other and have a long, prosperous life. Maybe, hopefully, not in Delhi. Maybe you can convince her to move to Bangalore. Despite all the cow dung on the streets, it's still better. At least you don't have to breathe the cow dung. Pave Joshi, nice. Karan, pull your pants up. Don't put your arms down. That's funny, bro. We lost the one guy that was actively involved. She's the reason I moved back. Bro, good that she is the reason you moved back, but when the move back sucks, don't blame her. It is your decision. She's saying it too, don't do it. That's the thing, man. Like my wife says it too. She's like, don't do it. But when I say it, she gets mad. Girls, like, they say something, but they mean something else. Yeah, Karan, think about that, bro. Like, just because she said something, like, just because she said, oh, you can go hang out with your friends, don't mean you can just go hang out with your friends. She'll be upset. Move to Gujarat, Karan. Pave Joshi says, move to Gujarat. I don't know, bro. Gujarat? No, well, excuse me. I like my Andhra band. Karan Shetty, she works in the UN. Not sure which part of the world she's going to end up in next. Just follow her, bro. You get to see the world. House husband is not a bad gig. I'm just saying. A lot of men would like that. But think about it, Karan. Wish you best, bro. I'm telling you. I mean, she's going to take you all over the world, places. You have to leave your favorite Bangalore. No, she's probably like not going to like your parents that is there. She's not going to let you drink. She's not going to let you hang out with your friends. Think about that, bro. It's like, before, like, that's the problem with like this whole concept of like no sex before marriage. Because a lot of dudes, like, they get married because they just want to have sex. Then once they're done having sex the first time, they're like, what the fuck did we do with our life? This is it for rest of your life, dude. I support like the whole living, like, live with the other person and figure them out before you get married. Karan Shetty, Pave Joshi don't know Hindi, unfortunately. You don't know Hindi, but in Gujarat, you don't need Hindi, bro. You need Gujarati. Yemen 07 says, dude, they have their own language. Yes. Mom and her are besties. Oh, bro, you're in trouble, bro. They'll start out as besties, but then they start competing for your love, and then they start hating each other. And then they want you to hate the other person. And now you're stuck. You don't know what to do. They both are pulling you, both sides, and then you go crazy. I hope none of that will happen to you. I'm just saying. There's a saying in Telugu like "Keedinchu melinchu," like think of the bad and then think of the good. What else, guys? That was a fun. Thanks, Karan, for making it a fun live. I had fun talking to you. And you, there you are going to get married. And I am the last one to advise you. If I fail, you can't blame me, okay? That's it, guys. I think that's all we got. There's only 8 people. I'm gonna leave, guys. That was fun. I'm gonna check out. I'll be back soon. Thank you for joining. The Indian couple says women are like IKEA but furniture. It's all good in showroom, and when you get it, you're like, is this it? Bro, you're sitting next to your wife and making wife jokes. You're a brave man, dude. You're a brave man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Say you want to live in, don't get married. Yeah, try that, Karan. Pave Joshi says, "Cool, bro. Cool for what, bro? I like Gujarat, bro, but I don't know if I'll move there." And the other thing is like, Gujaratis are like so tight. No matter how friendly you are, you're never going to be part of the internal group. Like I have a bunch of Patel friends. I'm telling you, those guys are so tight. I could never be one of them. I would be the closest I could be as a friend, but never. And they have their loyalty for the other Patels. Like I did a show at this place, and one white guy. The place was owned by an Indian, and the white guy says like, "Yeah, Indian folks, your people. I know you guys like to take care of your own." And the guy, the he's talking about is a Gujarati, and I'm like, "Yes, we do maybe, but." Here, I'm not a Gujarati, so I'm an outsider too. But I didn't tell it to him. All right, guys, have a good night. I'm gonna end the live. Thank you again. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Good night. I'm from North Jersey. I came to America when I was 7. Oh yeah, we spoke the other day, bro. Yeah, I moved here when I was 15. Not New Jersey, West Virginia. But all right, guys, have a good night, Pave. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good night, everybody online. I'll see you guys.